Hey, man, like, also, you went from being a foster kid to now you're the son of a Major League Baseball manager? Like, jackpot.
Well, hello, audience. Welcome back to Core Memory, a podcast about movies. I'm your host, Cortney Warner, and I'm so excited because this week we have the absolutely hilarious, wonderful, one of my dear friends, Drew Harrison, on the pod.
Hey, what's up? How you
Yeah.
doing?
Oh, dude, I'm so good. How are you doing?
Oh, fantastic.
I,
Doing good.
I really appreciate you here today. Also, one, because like I love getting to hang out with you any chance we get to hang out, and when if we can potentially monetize off of that hanging out, even better.
Of course, right? Plus makes
Uh,
some money.
Right? Well, this is probably gonna get all 3 listeners. Please
Hey,
donate,
gotta start somewhere, yeah.
truly though, but, you're no stranger to podcasts, you get how all this works. But so audience, so tonight, Drew came to us with these, 2 movies. His first movie he ever saw, which is Angels in the Outfield. Absolute banger, what a classic.
Such a great movie.
Holy
Rewatched it
shit.
not too long ago. Still holds up.
Dude, it really does. And then your favorite movie as an adult is Dazed and Confused, which was
Yeah.
fantastic. I
Yeah,
had
such a good I catch myself anytime it's on TV, I catch myself watching at least a half hour of it.
Yeah, I'd never seen it before. It's just one of those ones that just kinda passed by me, where
Yeah,
I feel like it's referenced so much that I thought I had seen it, you know what I mean? Wrong, certainly I've seen this, and then watching it, I'm like, "I've never seen an inch of this movie."
yeah.
But it's iconic, and so I'm really so to talk to you about these movies. So, with Angel let's start with Angels in the Outfield, the first movie you ever saw. Just for some stats for the audience, came out in '94. William Deere was the director, and the cast is incredible.
Such a great cast.
Like, I don't even know how they got all these people for,
I
like, a
like how
Disney movie.
McConaughey was on both of these, you
I
know?
was gonna say that's the connection, and
Yeah.
he's about the same age in both of those movies. Angels has Danny Glover, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Matthew McConaughey, Tony Danza, Christopher Lloyd. The list goes on. Like, there's people on here that just, like, every moment of the movie, you're like, "Wait a second, is that no, in a Disney baseball movie about the California Angels?
California
Not
Angels.
even the Anaheim Angels," which I had
And
to
now they're
Google.
the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah, which is like, okay, like how many loopholes can we go with
Right, right,
this?
right, right.
Fun fact though is I learned that Disney actually, I think Disney still owns a stake in the California, Los Angeles, Anaheim Angels. They own, I think, a stake in the California Angels, which is why they chose that over. I think Philadelphia was the team that they were kind of basing the remake on, right?
It's awesome that Disney's greed gave me two of my favorite movies of all time,
Oh my
Angels in the Outfield and Mighty Ducks,
Oh my
you know, so yeah.
god. Wow, that is true. Disney's in the hot seat this week. This is gonna come out, like, in a month, so it won't be news anymore, but it's kind of funny that, like, yeah, with this podcast and asking people to, like, give me their first movies they ever remember seeing, a lot of them are Disney, which is, a lot of them are, Disney or, like, the most traumatizing horror movie you could think of, 'cause that's what's stuck
That's
in their
fair. Yeah,
brain.
I tried to bypass all that, you know, because I mean, I definitely my mom made me watch Disney movies growing up, and I just didn't like them, you know,
Yeah.
so this was the first movie I watched and actually enjoyed.
Yeah, it's so good. So Drew, just kinda getting into some questions here. So can you describe the first time seeing Angels in the Outfield and, like, why does that one, like, really why did it calcify in your brain?
Just a huge baseball nerd growing up,
Mhm.
you know, like, I always was on the baseball field playing, you know, thinking about baseball when I wasn't playing baseball, so I loved
Yeah.
all the baseball movies, you know, like, Rookie of the Year, Little Big League, Sandlot,
Mhm.
and this was just one of those that just great, and I was massive Joseph Gordon-Levitt fan,
Dude.
so you felt it for this kid, you know,
Yeah.
and as someone who, you know, grew up without pops in your life, that hit home too, you know, like, that was another added layer, you know, like, my dad didn't leave because a baseball team didn't win the pennant, but, you know, it felt like it some days, so
Yeah, I mean, the emotional weight that movie has too, where it's, like, out of the gate, it's like you're talking to these kids who are like, if you don't know anything about the movie, it's like it's about these foster kids, who one of them, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, can see and talk to angels, and that's why his favorite baseball team starts winning, which
well,
is crazy.
he makes a wish,
He
You know,
does. Yeah.
he said his dad is trying to tell him, "Hey, kid, we're never getting back together as a family." But his
Yeah.
kid brain doesn't wrap his head around that. You know, his brain's like, "Well, what's it gonna take?
Right.
What's it gonna take for us to finally be a family?" And his dad's like, "I don't know, kid. When the Angels win the pennant." You know, like
Yeah.
he was basically trying to be like, "When pigs fly," you know, and
Literally.
the kid took it literal, and so
Yeah.
he made a wish like, "Please let the Angels win the pennant." You know, head angel, Al, had happened to be listening that day, and so he sent in the troops, and,
Yeah.
he's like, "Alright, kid, you want the Angels to win the pennant? They suck, but
Yeah.
we'll get them there."
Yeah, I mean, it's such a crazy, like, premise, but also, like, I mean, yeah, it's incredibly emotional. I mean, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, just, like, class actor. I loved him
Yeah.
in Third Rock. I think that was around the time he did Third Rock from the Sun too, I would
Yeah,
say.
I feel like that but check like that
Yeah.
carries over.
I would say maybe a few years later or something, but, like, yeah, he's just super talented. Like, it could have been really cheesy. Like, the premise is like, okay, angels that show up and help this kid, but also it's, like, super depressing, just some of the stuff that happens in this movie. But I think the fact that it's, like, he's, like, the star of the show, the emotional weight is on him, and even just his line delivery, like, one that stuck out to me is kind of a funny line where he's like, "Well, you're not gonna get that dime now," after, uh, JP kept talking in the bunk bed, and I'm just like,
You can't help but fall in love with JP,
I
you know, like, you're really
know.
pulling for the kid. Like, obviously, you want Joseph Gordon-Levitt to get what he wants, but the whole time you're like, "I hope someone's looking out for JP
Dude,
throughout all this."
I know, and it's just like he's just so innocent and his lust for life and just he's like, "I could work out." I mean, like, to be in at that point of being in foster care, like, that beats you down a lot, anyone, let alone a little kid, like, to still have that optimism is just it was a really beautiful thing to have in that movie, you know?
Yeah, dude, it breaks your heart and gives you hope for the future at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, the one scene that I mean, I think I texted you earlier today, like, I was just crying the whole movie, and I'm like,
It's right, you
it's
can't help but
you
do it.
you can't help it. I haven't seen this movie in, like, 25 years at this point, probably, and, the scene that got me was when Tony Danza's character gets to go pitch and the angel helps him. Do you get it? You know exactly what I
Yeah.
mean, like, I just, like, burst into tears 'cause
Well, they just dropped that bomb on you out of
yeah,
nowhere, you know,
yeah,
like, well, like, cause then, you know, the Angels say, "We can't help you in the playoffs," you know, like,
right,
that's on
right.
you, you know,
Yeah,
like, which another little layer that you appreciate more as an adult. You
yes.
know, obviously, the Angels can't help them win and when, you know, integrity's on the line, you know, that's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I really enjoyed that as a kid, like, "Oh, of course they can't help them in the playoffs, they gotta do it themselves."
Yeah, because they work so hard, and then it's like then when, I just always call him Doc, because I mean, Back to
Yeah.
the Future. I'm like, when
Yeah,
Doc
alright,
shows
that's
up,
fair.
and he's just like, "Oh, I'm here to check in on him," and it's just like, "Oh my god," and then just, like, having
Yeah, just rips your heart out.
dude, because it's like, you see this character, and it's like I immediately felt for him too in that movie because it's like he had his glory days, he's older, he fucked up his shoulder, and then him and his manager, like, hate each other, they thought they'd never see each other again, and he's still icing, doing, like, the baths, trying to get himself back into shape, and then when he finally gets the chance, it's just like, oh god.
Now
It's
you're telling me he's
relatable.
gonna die soon?
Yeah, and I'm just like, "What?" I mean, I guess it's like, when people are about to die, they have their one good day or whatever, and I guess that's that.
That's heartbreaking at the same time too, you know, like, man.
I know, he's finally feeling good, he's feeling confident again, and it's like, oh god. I also think it's funny that, like, the Angels are like, "We don't like swearing," but it's a kid's Disney movie, so there's no actual, like, swearing really, you know what I mean? It's just a lot of, like, loud men yelling,
Yeah.
so I thought that was kind of a funny
Which I
touch.
appreciate that. No loud yelling,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, same. It's like, it's fine. You don't need to yell. And then so how do you think, the Angels in the Outfield impacted you as a kid up until adulthood? And do you think that it influenced you and how you went about your life? Because you already shared some parallels to the movie. How do you compare how do you see that impacting you?
Well, in a very calm way, it lets you know, "Hey, things don't always work out."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, cause the big moral of that story is he wanted the Angels to win so he could be a family again. Well, the Angels won,
Yeah.
and his dad still sucked.
Oh,
His dad
yeah.
still wasn't around, so in a way, like, that's a nice lesson to learn as a kid, you know, be like, "Hey, man, you know, like, you can make all these wishes and hope all you want, but, like, it still might not work out." And it was done in, like, the gentlest way possible with that movie. So like it's a good lesson to learn. Like, hey man, like didn't work out for you this time.
Yeah.
You had fun along the way though.
Oh,
And then it also shows you that there's good people out there too, like the manager coming in at the end, saving the day, like that's not what you need. You don't need to make wishes and
yeah.
hope for the best. You just need good people in your life. So
Du
that was a nice lesson to learn.
dude, that's so good. Yeah, 'cause it's like, that already, like, ties into, like, yeah, this is something you carry through the rest of your life. It's like you don't need angels or a higher being. You don't need any of that, you just need a little bit of confidence and just, like and then the confidence to also surround yourself with good people, too. Like,
Yeah.
God, that scene in the court in the, like, when his final court date where he sees his dad and he just goes, "Daddy," and it's like and oh my god,
Rips your heart out, man.
holy shit, where he's like, "Are we going home? Are we finally gonna be a family again?" The dad what a piece of shit. Also, Dermont I can never pronounce this guy's name, but
Uh,
he was in, My Best Friend's Wedding, and he's been in a bunch of stuff
and
too, yeah.
still can't forgive him to this day.
No. No, he always plays kind of a prick, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think 'cause
yeah. Well, he's good at it.
I think 'cause yeah, he's fucking good at it, and also I think 'cause he's handsome, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I remember him in the Julia Roberts movie, My Best Friend's Wedding, and then he showed up in New Girl,
He's
and he
got a
kinda
side smirk. Yeah, you hate his guts.
oh, dude, and then, like, remembering that I forgot he was in this 'cause he just looks so different, and I'm just used to him being, like, an old guy and
'Cause
everything.
he plays a deadbeat dad so well.
He does, you forget about him, and it's just, like, it's so gut-wrenching, and then for him to be like, "Oh, well, if your mom was here, it'd be different." It's like, yeah, because the mom probably carried all the weight of the family, you know?
Indeed. Yeah,
So
a lot of my father anger went towards him early on, so
yeah.
that was a good outlook for that.
Did it say did that help you kinda process did it help you kinda
Oh, yeah.
process those feelings a little bit?
I guess, I don't know what my 9-year-old brain was thinking back then.
Right. Do you
I
think
just
that
know I hated his guts.
yeah, yeah. Did you think that helped with and I'm not I don't wanna, like, psychoanalyze you, I'm just curious. Do you think that it helps seeing having that kinda depicted on screen? Like, seeing that, like,
Yeah,
oh, like,
because
everyone
it's not just you going through
yeah.
that, and plus to see it to that level, like, I was very appreciative, I had a grandfather that took that role
Mhm.
wholeheartedly,
Yeah.
so I was good, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, it kinda put it in perspective. It's kinda like, "Hey, man, your father issues weren't that bad."
Yeah.
Like, you're not sitting in foster care right now, like,
Yeah.
things could be worse.
Yeah, I feel you with that, and I feel like movies in general, like, I mean, this is why a big reason why I wanted to do this podcast too, is that I feel like having anything reflected back to you that, like, like, I'm sure you went to school and saw 2 parents, or not a grandparent filling in for the father role, and then seeing that movie, I'm sure was, like, very illuminating. At least for me with movies like that, it was helpful to kind
Yeah.
of be like, "Okay, someone else," at least, as a kid, you're like, "Oh, this person experiences it too," but as an adult, you're like, "Someone thought about this because that means someone else probably experienced that," you know?
Yeah. I mean, luckily, I got to go to school and see luckily, this sounds super weird, but luckily, all of my friends' father situations were terrible.
Ugh.
So, like, it made me realize early on, like, I'm kinda glad mine's not around, like, 'cause they usually stick around and cause more problems, so
Dude.
good riddance.
Dude, it's kinda crazy where, like, I was just talking to an old friend of mine that I grew up with, and my dad is as a father who was around and present, very lucky, he and I have our own issues now as adults, but whatever, like, he was a good dad, but, like, I
He
did
was
not
present, so
yeah.
that's not saying a lot for everybody.
No, like, we did stuff together, he always made time to make sure that both of us kids got attention, and, like, we would, like, go
Yeah.
and do stuff, which is what you want as a kid,
It's
and I
half the
didn't
battle,
literally, I did not realize that, like, that isn't common, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like, I know people who are like, "I never saw my dad, this and that, he worked." My dad worked, he was the only one that worked in our family, so, like, he had to work, but, like, it was like, like, learning that, like, they didn't their dad just didn't know anything about them, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, I got friends who their dad's been in their lives this whole time,
Yeah.
and we're 40, and I'm like, "Have you talked to your dad?" And, "Nah."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, "Okay, cool." Like,
Dude.
"Alright."
Dude, it's
But it's just
kinda
it's so weird. It's just father relationships are just weird,
they
and,
are.
I luckily realized that early on, so it made me not really dwell on mine.
I feel that for sure, and I just think, like, yeah, I father relationships are a different beast because moms just generally are around more, I feel like, or
'Cause
at
you love
least
your mom no matter what, you know what I mean?
right.
Like, she can do all like, what's, Kroll's got that joke where he's like, you look down and your mom's answering, you're like, "Shit."
Yes.
But you
Yeah.
still answer it, and you're happy you get to answer it, like,
Oh,
you just got
yeah.
that different dynamic. It's like, your mom will never do anything enough to, like, to where you never wanna talk to her again,
I
and
agree.
you aren't gonna do anything to where they never wanna talk to you again, like, it's just a
No.
different level, but you can easily fracture a father relationship to where y'all don't talk, and it's just
Oh,
it's weird to me.
dude, it is so weird because it's like, I obviously, like, I'm a woman, and so I didn't really have, like, the father and son relationship, but I've seen it, like, with my brother and with other people where it's like, oh, when they get to a certain age, it's almost like competition, and it's like, "Oh, you guys can just, like, fucking hate each other for
I
off of,
don't
like, one
understand it,
day."
man. Yeah.
I don't get it, but, like, thankfully, like, that's not the case with our family, but it's something I've noticed with other people where it's like, "Yeah, my dad used to try and fight me when I was 16," and it's like, "What the hell? Like, why?"
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I don't get it,
Don't get it
dude.
at all. Glad I didn't have to deal with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and thankfully, Joseph Gordon-Levitt didn't have to he got Danny Glover, which what a cool
Hey,
dad.
man, why also, you went from being a foster kid to now you're the son of a Major League Baseball manager? Like,
Dude,
jackpot.
literally, that is, like, the dream. That is the hero's journey, that is the American dream. Could you
That yeah.
imagine, like,
Now you just
I
get to
feel
go
like that
hang
I
out
mean,
all
on
the
top of
time.
being able to
And
talk
your
to
your
angels, I
your
guess, that
buddy who's
is the
been like
ultimate
your
wish
brother
fulfillment. It's
is
like,
now
"Oh,
really your
now
brother? Like, come
I'm the son of a
on.
manager for, like, a mach that's crazy."
That's why the '90s had us thinking everything
Yeah.
was gonna be fine.
Yeah.
'90s had us
That's
thinking we
like
were gonna
I mean,
grow up and we were
that's
gonna
like
live in
classic
this great
'90s
world,
Disney stuff. I feel
and
like
people were gonna get along, and life was gonna be
oh, and
easy.
well,
And then the 2000s hit, and we're like, "Oh,
dude.
never mind."
Ugh, right.
Right.
Like, okay. Dude, and also talk about how progressive and interracial family, you know what I mean? Like, that's something I clocked out of the gate, like, "Oh, this came out in, like, '94 Disney movie in theaters, whatever." I'm like, "Oh, this is
Yeah,
like a
crushed it.
full-blown adopted foster situation, single dad, interracial family." That's like that was very
Right.
progressive for the time, I
Too
feel
old for
like.
that.
It was just it's really I mean, and also who could ask for a cooler dad than Danny Glover, honestly. So I think it's safe to say, but I don't still wanna ask in case you wanna elaborate a little bit on this too. Do you still enjoy this movie, and do you still take something out of it as an adult when you rewatch it?
Wholeheartedly,
Yeah.
because I think it's still that same lesson, like, things are gonna suck. They're not gonna work out the way you want to, but just surround yourself with good people. You'll be
Yeah.
alright.
Do you remember your first time seeing that movie? Like, were you at home? Were you in the theater?
Nah, I unfortunately don't remember the first time seeing it, but I just I miss those '90s sports movies.
Yeah.
Like I said up top, like Rookie of the Year, Sandlot,
Mhm.
even the football movies like Little Giants, like, it
So
just
good.
I don't feel like I can't remember the last, like, sports movie that made you feel warm and tingly inside?
Dude, I know because they're always so gritty now where it's like, I mean,
Well, they gotta find some true story to base it off of, and then it's
I
so
know.
exaggerated that you're like, "That didn't happen," and then I don't know, like, to find out that none of that stuff was real about, like, Remember the Titans, you know what I mean? Like, that's a bummer.
Dude, I know. Like, what was the last? Like, I guess, like, what was the last, like, feel good sports movie? Radio? I don't know.
Oh god, I don't that's what I'm saying, like, I don't remember like, I can't think of a movie recently like, gone are the days of, like, the Mighty Ducks franchise,
I
like,
know.
Air Bud,
Oh,
like,
Airplane.
we love to talk trash about Air Bud and poke at it all the time, but, like, we loved those movies when they first came out.
Dude, they're so good. I mean, and that one also was a tearjerker too. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
"Go
Oh, man, if you
home,
want me to get
buddy."
a good cry going, Homeward Bound all day.
Oh my god, that one
Yeah,
I was surprised no one picked, either Air Bud or Homeward Bound as of yet because
because it's too sad.
it's too sad, and even, like
When it takes a while for that 3rd dog to come over the hill at the end, you're like, "Come on, bro."
I know, "Come on, Shadow, come on, you got this, buddy."
Never cheered for a fictional real dog in my life.
Dude, I know, and it's like, I mean, what a choice to not make their mouths movie either, you know what I mean? Like,
They took
I
a lot of choices.
they took a lot of liberties with that, like, where like, the second one I remember too was, like, Homeward Bound, I think, Lost in San Francisco, where, like, Shadow, again, the old ass golden retriever falls in a pit under a train track and can't get out, and I'm like, "Why is this the" I mean, I get he's old, but, like, leave
Yeah.
that dog alone.
Like, and I mean, even if you're thinking of along the lines, like, they don't make anything new anymore.
Yeah.
Like, well, where's the new Mighty Ducks?
Right.
Where's the remake of this well, don't remake The Sandlot, please. But
Oh,
where's the
no.
new, now I'm thinking I don't want them to remake any of my favorite
No.
movies, so
They'll
but
fuck it up.
they're not making anything, like, they're not
No.
remaking anything, they're not making anything new, like,
I know.
I did not know in the days of, TGI like, TGIF
TGIF,
and
yeah.
SNCC and all these
Ugh.
great '90s movies, the entertainment in the 2020s would be garbage.
It's so bad. It's so even, like, the vibrancy of the colors, like, I thought, like, even in the
Oh,
in
I hate
Angels,
this simplistic movement. I hate it.
I hate it. I blamed I get
I was on the wrong side of the Cracker Barrel thing for different reasons.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. I mean, like, I do blame unfortunately, I do blame Disney for that movie because I mean, you look at all the Marvel movies, they're, like, very realistic, you look at any superhero movie is very realistic looking, it's like, that's not the point, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And I feel like even just, I don't know much about color grading and color correction on filming, but, like, they're not you should, like, at least be able to,
it's
like,
all
make a
choices.
it's
You know,
choices
it's
and it
all subjective. You know, like, people can be like, "You did it the right way." I'm like, "Well, why
Right,
does everyone look different?" You know,
right,
like, that's your right way.
yeah. And
Like,
I
that's
and
what
I
I had to learn as a creative, is all
Yeah.
these rules and everything you're supposed to do, that's one person picked that out, one time.
Literally, literally. And then it's like and I think a lot of times what's really messing with movies now is that they're shown in front of a bunch of focus groups, because 'cause they're trying to
Mhm, and you know what we are as the general public? Idiots.
Yeah, we're I
We're
mean,
so dumb these days, so dumb.
whatever we have no media literacy, you know what I
Mm-mm.
mean? It's kinda shocking, like, there's just things that I'll watch, like, on TV or, like, whatever, then I'll look at TikTok and, like, see people's, like, rants about them, like, you don't understand, like, subtext, you don't understand themes. Did you flunk out of high school?
Right.
You
We're
know?
unfortunately, we're dumber, we don't understand nuances on things, and
Yes.
our attention span is dead.
Dude, and
Dead, dead, dead. Like, now like, gone are the days of just watching TV. Now
Yeah.
it's watching TV and what else are you doing?
Always, always, because it's like there's like I think it was like, I don't remember who it was, but like someone was talking about how event television is gone. It's like, because everything's on streaming immediately. You have
Yeah,
so many options. They're just cranking
yeah.
out shit. Like
Name
I mi
one thing that the entire world's watching, like we
Nothing.
used to, you know? Like, we used to
Yeah.
watch the MTV Movie Awards, and
Oh my
everyone would talk about it the next day.
dude, or like American Idol and stuff like that. All of those things are still on the air technically, but like
Just
no
everyone's
one
got their groups now. Like, we were
Yeah.
watching the documentary on, The Biggest Loser,
Yeah.
and I
Yes,
didn't
that
realize how
was
much of a phenomenon that was because I didn't watch it. I was one
oh,
of the
dude.
few it turns out I was one of the few people that didn't watch
That was so huge. I remember watching that
it.
every week with my it was Biggest Loser and American Idol in our house. That was
See, yeah.
and also because like, so it was something again, not to tie it back to parents, and my dad was able to talk about it at the water cooler at work the next day kinda situation because
And you
everyone
talk
watched
about it
it.
at school.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I
Like,
remember
ta
you were a loser if you didn't watch MTV, like,
Oh,
what was it?
yeah.
Watch MTV for the ball drop when you were too
Yep.
young to go out and do things?
Oh,
If you didn't
yeah.
watch MTV, watch the ball drop, you had nothing to talk about when you came back to school.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, I don't know, man. I got a new JanSport for Christmas. That's all I can
What do you
talk
mean you didn't
about."
watch Limp Bizkit Party Like It's '99 drop?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, like, "What are you doing?"
MTV Spring Break, you had to watch Spring Break.
Had to watch
You had to
that.
be like, "That's gonna be me one day."
Yeah. Were you ever in the era of, like, Next and, Room Raiders and all that
Yeah,
too?
love
Oh,
Next.
yeah.
When they'd get nexted when they wouldn't even get off the bus, they'd be like,
Oh,
"Next." Like, "Ow."
I'm like, "Oh, no." I
See,
remember what
we had quality entertainment.
I was gonna say, now what
Ugh.
do we got? What do we got now? I mean, the only even, like, with the Emmys when that because Emmys just happened
I
recently,
was
it's
so bored. I turned to the Emmys
oh,
for 2 seconds, bored immediately.
dude, and I checked in because there's some hometown heroes that were part of it and all that stuff, because we live in Nashville, I'm like, "Let me check it out," and I was just like, "What is this?" And also, like, "What are these shows?" And I, like, think I watch a lot of TV. I knew Severance, I knew The Studio, I knew a few other ones, but I'm just like,
I'm just tired of all of our entertainment has to be depressing now.
"Mm, that's
Like,
it."
cause I couldn't watch The Boys. I watched the 1st season of The Boys,
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, "This just is just blah."
Yeah.
And then I watched Severance up until she hung herself in the elevator. I was like, "Well, I'm out."
That's early on too. That's like second
Like, that
episode.
hit too early, like, or
Yeah,
too real, cause like, I've lived that corporate life, you know, where I
dude,
kinda felt like they wish we were Severanced, you know, so
dude, I
I'm
feel that.
good.
I everything and that kinda goes back to Angels too, where everything is so gritty and so, like, even things that are funny or satire are still really depressing, and it's like, nothing can just be a straight comedy, really, or a
But
straight
it
good feel-good thing, you know?
but they did it so gently back then, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, Angels in the Outfield at every turn,
yeah.
terrible news, god
Oh,
awful news. Like, this
yeah,
kid's just getting beat up by life.
yeah,
Like, life
yeah,
is uppercutting this kid every step of the way, and
yeah,
you still feel good about it.
yeah, yeah.
But now I feel like our entertainment is like, "Hey, did you watch those kids die?
I know!
Well, we got a
Bro,
puppy that's up next." You're like,
dude.
"Wha what?"
It's insane, like, even thinking about, like, thinking about, like, talking about this movie in particular, I'm like, "What is the most recent sports movie that I watched?" And it's not even that recent, but I remember seeing I, Tonya in theaters, which was about Tonya Harding.
Real such a feel-good story
Oh, I
about the
know,
American dream, you know?
another '90s callback, you know what I mean? Another, "Hey, she pulled herself up by her bootstraps."
She really did. She
I
really
mean,
did.
and, like, that was the last one that kinda made an impact on me because I was a little too young to remember that in real time, but, like, I did do some ice skating as a kid, just out like,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
just, like, through the Parks and Rec department, like, "Oh, like, you can learn how to ice skate, you can whatever." So I did that, so I knew, like, Nancy Kerrigan and Tonya Harding, and I always, like, kind of related to Tonya Harding 'cause, oh, she's poor, my grandma used to make my little ice skating outfits, we rented the
There you
skates.
go.
So I was like, "Oh," and then I learned everything, and I was just like, "Oh, well, I don't think I
It's a brutal sport. Yeah, you're like, "Oh, this is
is."
cutthroat."
I know, I mean, literally taking break a leg too seriously, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she did.
But, I mean, beyond that, like, and that movie was Margot Robbie and, Sebastian Stan and Allison Janney, and it
And that was
played
before anyone really knew Margot Robbie, right?
that was, like, she did Wolf of Wall Street, and then I think she did, like, a couple of things with Will Smith, like, some action movies, but then she really wasn't any much she didn't really have a whole lot going on, she didn't do the DC stuff yet, no
See,
Oscar
yeah,
stuff.
I truly think all these superhero movies are to blame, you know,
I
like,
agree.
it kinda took over the genre and all the other genres stopped producing. Like, when's
Yeah.
the last time Disney Channel put out a fun, stupid sports you remember that stupid motocross movie where the brother got hurt, so the sister
Yes.
cut her hair short and
I
took his
love
place?
I
Like,
love
come
that
on,
movie.
motocrossed?
Yes, motocross, Luck of the Irish, good basketball
Luck of the
movie.
Irish,
That was
Airborne?
yes, and
Like,
then
come on, dude.
even,
Like,
like, was it the
where
Johnny
are these feel-good, happy sports
I
movies?
I know, and, like, I think Disney Channel, I think, has pivoted to musicals and, like, all
And
that
I
shit.
hate musicals.
It's like that's their feel good is this musical shit. I think, like, the kids I have a friend, who their kid is very into the Zombies franchise, which is zombie musicals on Disney.
Oh, I saw
I
that.
know. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Every now and then a Bluey episode goes long, and I
Yeah,
see what the Disney Channel has to offer.
yeah.
I don't like it. I
I
don't
don't
like it at all.
either. I watched, like, a recap of it, and I was just 'cause I just wanted to see, like, "Oh, is this what the kids are watching?" Like, 'cause I like to know what's going on, in the world, and I was just like, this is so stupid," and it's like, it's really insulting to kids, I think, like,
Kids
besides
yeah,
Bluey, like, I don't think of anything like, what are they gonna watch, Paw
Saturday
Patrol?
morning cartoons aren't a thing? That broke my
No.
heart when I found that out.
Yeah, I learned that too.
Like, all of the great things we grew up on like, kids don't have anything fun to watch on Friday nights, knowing
No.
good and well they're at the house.
Yeah,
Where's the lineup for them?
right.
Nickelodeon is
Garbage.
I was so excited for, Nick at Night
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
loved it as a kid because it was Green Acres, Bewitched,
yeah.
and I was like, "By the time we're adults, it's gonna be amazing."
Oh,
It's
right.
Friends. It's Friends. I don't wanna watch Friends every night. I don't wanna
I
watch
know.
Friends every night.
And it's literally only Friends and, like, I mean, yeah, it's like no other and then eventually be How I Met Your Mother, and I'm just like, so it's not even anything weird because I
At
feel
least
like
give me happy endings. That was a
yeah.
fun Friends
Oh,
ripoff.
I
I
literally
love that show.
I was talking to a friend of mine about happy endings because we were talking about New Girl and happy endings and how Damon Wayans Jr. left New Girl to go on happy endings and then came back when
And
it
then
got
came
canceled.
back, and it was even better when he came back.
It was so much better, and, like but Happy Endings is by far the superior sitcom. That is such a good show. Oh my
And they
god.
just stopped caring about it out of nowhere.
I know because it
Like,
was
they
like
built it as the next Friends, like
yeah,
our generation's Friends,
I remember
and then
that.
out of nowhere, it was like, "Ah, it's on Friday nights, who cares?"
Dude, I know, and it was so I need to rewatch it. I mean, I've been thinking that's funny you bring up that show because
We
not
just got done rewatching it. It's
it's
worth the rewatch for
it's
sure.
it's so good. I remember it when it was coming out because I was in college when, like, New Girl and Happy Endings and the rest of How I Met Your Mother and all that was kinda
That was
wrapping
the
up.
first show we rewatched during the pandemic was New Girl.
Oh, I love
New
it.
Girl and Scrubs. We're like, bam, bam.
Oh my god, that's a hell of a lineup, by the way. Like, cause I mean, New Girl, I think holds up too. Those early seasons are just undeniably funny. Like
See, why
every
not throw 4 shows like that together on Friday night at 8 o'clock?
right, cause
Like,
kids
what are
like
we doing here?
yeah, cause I mean, they're obviously like on network television, so kids can watch them. 'Em. They're not a big deal. You know what I mean? Cause like, yeah, the kids are gonna be at home while their parents and their old. No one, they're
Like,
you
what
know.
today, being
Mhm.
produced right now stands up to Boy Meets World or Family Matters or Step by Step
Dude.
or any of that?
I mean, I know that's the big show right now, and this is not compare, but I do know that what all the young people are watching now is a show called The Summer I Turned Pretty. Have you heard of that show?
I have not.
It's on Amazon, and it just had its series
See, the
finale.
streaming.
I
Dadgummit.
know. It's on series and that was, like, that was the closest to event television I've seen in a long time, where bars were, like,
Okay.
having pop-up events of, like, "If you wanna
Okay.
watch the next episode, we'll stream it at our bar." Like, I think Nashville did a few of those, and,
Okay.
I and so, like, that was the closest to event television I saw, but it's based off of some, like, children's books or, like, YA
Oh, okay.
books.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it built an audience, and, like but that I think that's probably what they would be that would be their Boy Meets World, but I watched some of it. It's not that good. I mean, maybe, like, I'm not the demographic because 'cause I'm not, a
Right,
teenager,
right, right.
but even objectively,
I'm rewatching Boy Meets World right now, and
I
it still
love
holds up.
it. It holds up. I love all their Halloween episodes. I love
Oh
Boy Meets
god,
World.
the one where Sean falls asleep and he murders everybody in his
Yes,
dream.
yes.
I
I was just
just got done watching.
it's so good, and, like,
It is my favorite episode.
it's incredible, and even, like I mean, even, like, Girl Meets World fell short. I don't know if you ever try to watch that on the Disney
Yeah, a
Channel.
couple episodes were alright, but not
Yeah.
for the most part.
It
Garbage.
it needed to be on Hulu, you know what I mean, to actually give it, like, so many kind of real 'cause
Disney's not what we grew up with on Disney.
no, and that's the thing, like, with Angels in the Outfield and, like, all those movies and, like, they came out, it didn't it those movies are feel-good movies and they're good movies that did not challenge our intelligence or talk down
Yeah,
to us, where it's like you can
yeah.
handle Joseph Gordon-Levitt having his dad reject him, you know what
Yeah, I
I
was
mean?
9, 1994,
Yeah,
I was 9 years old, and
yeah,
I could full on take on the weight of this movie.
yeah, but now people are like, besides Bluey, like, there's no other shows that are really, I feel like for kids, like, or any kind of media tackling, like, yeah, shit's
Real
hard,
life, yeah,
you
and I
know?
mean, that's the only thing I'm not a Disney kid whatsoever, not
Yeah,
a fan,
mhm,
but that's the only thing I appreciate about Disney is it does show you sadness early
mhm,
on. It's like,
yeah,
"Hey, kids, world's tough.
yeah.
Get used to it."
Dude, like the
So I do appreciate that, but I just don't like Disney as a whole, I
dude,
don't know.
I have issues with Disney, like, I have this struggle, and then we can move on from this and go into the next movie as well. I don't wanna keep you too long,
No, you're fine.
but, I do have this paradoxical dream where I wanna be a paid Disney adult to, like, go to the parks and, like, ride rides and eat all the food, but also, like, then I would have to start doing those things, and I can't do that. I can't bring myself to do it, but I would like that sounds like such a cool gig to, like, travel and be paid for
Do
your
you get
meals
paid
on
to do that?
yeah, just to go yeah, like, there's, like, people on YouTube and TikTok who, like, "Hey, I'm
Oh,
gonna be at
okay.
I'm
They
at the
make
park today."
content.
Content creators, I'm like, "Oh, I'm at the park today," or, "I'm going on this Disney cruise, they paid for it, that I'm gonna test all the food and all the drinks and all the entertainment." That sounds awesome, but in
Yeah,
order to get into that, you have to, like, be a Disney adult already and, like, already have sunk thousands of dollars into
yeah,
going, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I just can't bring myself to do that, even though that is kind of a weird dream job of mine.
No, I hear you, like, it sounds pretty good on paper, but remember, everything becomes a job at some point.
That's true, where it's like, I can't eat another crab cake. I just can't at some
Like,
point, you're like
doesn't doing comedy on a cruise ship sound amazing?
it does, yeah.
Everybody I've talked to is like, "Yeah, it gets old."
Dude, damn. I mean, that is, like I said, pays well, and it's like, but I mean, I guess you're trapped on the boat for, like, a
That's what
week.
I'm saying, it's like,
Yeah.
you gotta do a show, and then the next day, you're standing in the buffet line with those people. You're
Bro,
like, "Hey."
I know, like, "Hey, what's up, man?" They're just like, "Oh, man, sorry to hear that your mom died and you're sad." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
Like, I don't
okay
really wanna
now."
talk about that at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Literally, I just want my coffee and my mimosa so I can
I
go
just
get
feel like
fucked
you
up.
always gotta be on. Like, I don't
Dude,
mm-mm.
so it's funny, there's, like, this influx of, like, comedy cruises happening, obviously,
Mhm.
you saw the Nate Lang cruise is happening, and then the Workaholics guys are doing their own cruise. Yeah,
Okay.
and I kinda wanna do it because I was looking at, like, the lineup. I mean, I think this comedy lineup, the music, all that stuff is really great. Some friends of ours are actually on the are people that we know are also on the cruise, as entertainment, and I'm just like, "Man, that looks awesome," but then it's like but then you're trapped with a bunch of workaholics fans. for like 5
Be
days.
ready to talk about that 24/7.
I know, talking about is that tight butthole, is that night tight butthole?
Right. Oh, man, the references are gonna get out of control.
That's the thing, and I love those boys. They were saying on their podcast, it's 70% women that are registered for the cruise, and I
That's
was
nice. Well, that's good at
dude,
least.
they were like, "We didn't expect that, but it's nice to know that women trust us."
Did not see that coming.
Didn't think that it'd be 70% women. They're like, "Well, where's all the dudes?" And it's like, the dudes are probably broke, honestly. The women have the
Right.
money.
It's a male loneliness pandemic out here, right?
Literally, it's like, well, if you go on that cruise, you might meet the love of your life who has a tight butthole. Anyway, we're not here to promote their podcast. They're doing fine. So kind of moving on to the next movie. So your favorite movie as an adult is Dazed and Confused. And audience, here are the stats for that. Came out only a year before Angels, 1993. Directed by Richard Linklater. And again, stars Matthew McConaughey, Parker Posey, Ben Affleck, Mila Jovovich. And again, stacked cast as well. There's more people I could list as well, but those are kind of the top ones that I saw that I pulled off. So Drew, why is this your favorite movie as an adult?
It's just one of those fun movies, like, it
Mhm.
doesn't necessarily mean anything. It doesn't have a message out there, like, it's not standing on anything. It's just a fun entertainment, and I feel like we've gotten away from that
Yeah,
in our entertainment. And it's always on Saturdays on, like, TNT or TBS or something, and I always just catch it, and it's just fun. It takes you back to those stupid days in high school when you had absolutely 0 responsibilities and you
yeah.
thought everything mattered, and it didn't.
It
So,
didn't.
it's a nice reminder of, like, nothing matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just relax, take a deep breath,
Literally.
like, just
Yeah.
fun show. It's a fun movie, and I feel like we're lacking in that these days.
Yeah, I think definitely there's several correlations with both of your picks tonight, that I noted, like, out of the gate, but I think the both of it just, like, you don't see this kinda movie being made anymore, and, like, people are because it's, like, one of those things with this movie where it's, like, it is, like, a dude bro movie, but it's very kind. It's not or it's, like, not I'm thinking specifically about, like, some really misogynistic ones,
Well, they're
from that
paddling
time.
the kids, and they
Yeah.
still do it in a nice way. Like, I guess not
Yeah.
nice, but they still tiptoe around it to where at the end, the kids kinda get like, it definitely shows that this is a bonding ritual,
Right.
not "Oh, we just wanna beat them up." Like, the one guy that's dead set on beating the kids up, it doesn't go well for him,
No,
like,
yeah.
so I like that it leans on the tradition side because you can tear apart any tradition and be like,
Oh,
"This is terrible. Why are
for
y'all
sure.
doing this?" So it's
Yeah.
nice that it shows that, "Nah, it's a way to let the freshmen know we got you. It's fine."
Right, and that
Like,
was
a
that
lot of them got paddled, and then they're drinking a beer in the parking lot?
dude, and that's something that I noted in that movie too, where a lot of them, even like with the boys and the girls, like with both groups being like, "This is how it is. This happened to me. It'll happen. You'll do this my age. Please don't take this personally. This is just what it is." And I think there's something very like tradition. I don't come from a lot of traditions in general, so watching that, I'm like, "Oh, this is tradition," and it sucks, but also it's like, but it's not like, "Oh, I hate you and I think you're lesser than me," but this is just
Yeah,
how it goes.
yeah. I went through some of it with baseball,
Yeah.
like, and at the end, you make friendships, like, it's
Yeah.
nice. Like, it's yeah, I got shoved in a trash can and shoved in the shower, but at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I shared a beer with those guys that next weekend, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, it's not everything is absolutely like, yes, people take things way too far. Like, I'm not
Mm.
sitting here promoting hazing in
No.
the least bit.
Yeah.
But, sometimes, just playful, sometimes it's just fun,
I think so, and even the paddling, like, yeah, it obviously probably hurt, but it's like, well, it's spanking. It's like,
Yeah, you
it's
definitely couldn't do that today. Like, I
no.
wholeheartedly understand why that is very much so a thing in the past, but I also
Oh,
went to school when they had that hanging on the wall.
yeah,
They
I was
couldn't
gonna
hit us
say.
anymore, but they could threaten us with it,
I
so
I was gonna say, like, that isn't that far removed from the time that we're at now.
well, it's insane to think, like, if they made like, I love seeing those memes too with the Dazed and Confused, like, if that movie
Mhm.
came out in '93 and it was about the '70s,
Yeah.
so now
Yeah.
it would be like the n late '90s, early 2000s if
Yeah,
they remade that movie now, and that would be when I went to high school, so, like,
yeah.
that's what trips me out.
You see, I think and I think you should do the remake, Drew. I think you
I
should
would love to do the remake because I could make it late '90s, early
Oh, you
2000s
could.
so well.
'Cause also,
Like,
that's where you live, like, that's your
I'd have our
thing.
Tamagotchis and our Razor phones, everything
Yeah.
would be sad or well, actually, I had a bag phone in high school that you plug into your car, so that was my first phone. My mom was like, "Call me in emergencies."
Yeah.
It's
Pagers, yeah.
just thinking I was out in the world with no form of communication whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, like, my mom would send me out in the world every day to be like, "Hope you come back."
Right, hope it works out for you.
Yeah. It's insane to me.
Dude, I would totally watch you do a reboot of Dazed and Confused 'cause I think, like, you would capture it, also the humor would be spot on. I think, I who would you cast? Like, just
I don't
thinking,
even know, like, I don't know any of the like, obviously, you gotta get high school looking
like, I mean, just you gotta get some.
people, and I know 0 young actors. Like, I don't know any like, I don't know the new hotness,
Yeah.
like, the last person I knew that was on the up and up is old Timothy.
Oh,
So, so I
Timothée
don't
Chalamet. Well,
he still looks like a high schooler, so
I
I don't know.
I was
Like, but that's the thing is everyone under 30 looks like they're 14 to me, so I would be terrible at casting.
I'd say,
I would have to write the script and then be
yeah,
like, "Y'all
you
deal
figure
with
it
this."
out. Yeah, go with God, figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know nobody.
I'd say I think just, like, off the gate, I would say probably Sabrina Carpenter would be Parker Posey's character because she's 25, but looks like she's in high school. She's very popular. I think Timothy needs to be in there somewhere because I think he should do more comedies, so I think that'd be a
Well,
good one
that's
for
what's
him.
crazy is, Pink Floyd, the main character,
Yeah.
everyone thought he would be the big star coming out of this, and he
Dude,
was the least famous. Like,
it's
he
crazy.
was a nightmare to work with is what it
Oh,
sounded like.
gotcha, that makes sense. Because everyone in that movie, like, again, reading over, like, kinda, like, the cast, I'm like, this is an incredible. I mean, Parker was just nominated for an Emmy for White Lotus, like, Matthew McConaughey, obviously. Like, I mean, just Mila Jovovich right before she did 2 years before Fifth Element came out, you know what I mean? Like, she just had all of them just had so much going on. But I'd never seen this movie before, so I was excited to have a reason to watch it.
And that's crazy because I figured it'd be in your top 5,
You would think.
or something, like, this seems like it is a Courtney movie.
It totally is, and, like I told you earlier, like, I thought I had seen it, so I was like, "Well, I know what this is," and I just had never seen it, but I knew the references, and also I gotta say, the soundtrack is fantastic. It's so good. I mean, it is so obviously 70s, they're getting tickets to go see Aerosmith, and all that stuff, but, like, all the music was just, like, so spot on, and it just made it fun, you know what I mean? What is it, like, the coolest music ever? I don't know, but it definitely gave it an element of, like, last day of school, we're
Oh,
teenagers.
yeah,
It
man.
was
When Slow
perfect.
Ride hits, come
Oh my god, yes.
on.
Yes. Oh god. So, like,
There's 2 movies that make '70s music that much better,
yeah.
and it's Dazed and Confused
Mm.
and Blow.
Blow is, yeah, I was gonna say Blow. Blow is a I mean, it's just like,
Like, they elevate that music from that time just so much.
and it's just like they both kinda go together where I feel like we're like iconic soundtracks also in movies aren't that common anymore either, you know what I mean? Like, they'll get Charlie XCX to do a song on 'em for the movie or whatever, but it's fine. It's all very like, it's just like, I don't know, it just doesn't hit the same.
I never thought in a million years movie soundtracks would go away and
Yeah.
like, music videos wouldn't really be a big deal. Like, those are 2 things from my childhood that I loved so much
Yeah.
that I thought would be thriving the rest of my life.
Dude, I feel that. Like, I was looking through my car, I was cleaning out my car the other day, and I found a couple of movie soundtracks. I found one for the Lizzie McGuire movie and one for A Cinderella Story. Both came out like 2003, 2004. And those soundtracks, I mean, they're for Lizzie, they're Hilary Duff movies, so they are what they are, pop music, but their curation is so good. And like that, those listen to any single song, even independently, that might come on Spotify, and I'm like, it takes me right back to that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, a
Yeah.
soundtrack could be released as part of the marketing.
Mm.
Like, you remember Godzilla?
Yes. Oh my God.
Godzilla was
Yeah.
terrible, but people loved that soundtrack. That
Yeah.
soundtrack won so many
It
awards,
did.
and to this day, people consider that one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah.
But that Wallflower song is a banger.
Oh my god, it's so I mean, even, like, dude, even going to an Aerosmith reference, "I don't wanna miss a thing from Armageddon," like, that song,
Yeah,
come
like, I can
on.
think about that song way more than any of that movie.
Oh, I couldn't even tell you. I know that Liv Tyler and Bruce Willis are in it, I don't but
Which,
okay.
me and Laura just talked about this on our podcast,
Mhm.
the Liv Tyler, Steven Tyler dynamic is just too
I
weird.
don't
I
like
don't
it.
like it
It's
whatsoever. Like, she's on a stripper pole and his like, "That's your
yeah.
dad." Like, what are we
Dude,
doing?
yeah, I mean, how much of a narcissist do you have to be attracted to your own kid? You know what I mean?
And to find the older you get, to find out it's way more common than it should be.
It's so weird. It's so oh god, but yeah, their dynamic is weird, but he's also, like Steven Tyler's shady as fuck. Like, I just
Oh,
think
no doubt. Didn't he tell on himself in the book and we're just looking the other way?
yep, he fully, like, groomed a 13-year-old or whatever and got custody of her from her mom, who's, like, a single mom. You know, what's she gonna fucking do, you
Well,
know?
we've been talking about, lessons you've learned from these movies.
Yeah.
The main lesson I've learned growing up is rich people don't go to jail.
No, they don't. It's so crazy. It's in
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like they're above the law. I mean, but also, like, ho
I bet you Ben Stiller's character grew up in Dazed and Confused grew
yeah.
up to be a mayor or something. I
Oh,
bet you got like his 5th DUI swept under the rug by the city council or something.
no doubt. What a scumbag, honestly. Like, I mean, yeah, he sucked, but I feel like it's Ben Stiller's good at that, though. He's good at playing shitty guys for sure. You know what I
Isn't
mean?
that's him, right?
Yeah.
Or is it Ben Affleck?
No, Ben Affleck. Sorry, Ben Affleck.
There we go. Sorry,
I
yeah,
was like,
Ben Affleck's character,
yeah.
where he breaks the paddle on on
Mhm.
the ground and gets
Yeah.
in his primered car. He flunked just so he could hit kids again.
Yeah.
Like, what a jerk.
What a loser. It's like, dude, like, just
Yeah.
get on FetLife, you know, and get spanked. That's a
Go to college, man. Like,
yeah.
college costs $5.
Yes.
Like, just go to college. It's
Someone
the '70s. Shut up.
right, someone will peg you at college, I'm
Go
sure.
buy $100 house.
Literal oh my god, could you imagine? Like, the
I
fashion
don't understand why anyone in that movie is upset about anything.
literally, why are they mad? And, like, what? Because they can't, like, drink beer and they're 15? Like, I'm
They
sorry.
already are.
They
Did
do
you
it.
see the one guy opens his trunk and it's just iced down
Yeah,
beers? I'm like, that's that.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, I get it, and then the
Because the drinking age was 18.
yeah, that's
So all these seniors could drink.
holy shit,
I've
that's right.
graduated at 17. I
Yeah,
wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have bothered. It wouldn't have meant anything to me. But
holy shit, that's
I had a
right.
fake ID pretty early on. I feel like
Damn, that's yeah, I had a fake ID too, and it was, I
it
immediately
was
stopped.
not good, but it worked for
No.
some reason.
Oh, no, mine wasn't good
Okay,
either. Mine was like a like a probably like a 40-year-old Asian guy. That
nice.
was
Hell
mine.
yeah.
And it worked, you know, and now I have, I'm not gonna show the full address, but I'll show it to you. I have my old one that I'm willing to sell to a kid.
Fake ID for sale,
I
kids.
think
Just say that on for your front porch. See how
right?
quickly your cops get called.
I think as is tradition, it needs to go to a boy, just go back and forth a bit, you know what I mean? I'm sure, yeah, 17-year-old David looks just like me.
So let me get this right. You're an Asian woman.
He's like
Yeah.
yeah, no, you know, it's 2025. It's
2025, bro.
2025, you know? So do you remember the first time you saw Dazed and Confused?
I don't. I'm sure it was in probably high school
Yeah.
sometime. But man, yeah, I instantly fell in love with it.
And do you feel like because one thing I love about this movie too is that there are main characters, but it very much is emphasized on the ensemble cast and everyone kind of has
Yeah, I love
I
that. I don't
love
like
it.
connecting to a character. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that makes it too stressful for me. I have
Right.
learned that about me over the years. Any show I can watch or movie I can watch where I don't connect to
Yeah.
someone,
Yeah. Yeah.
big win for me.
I feel that because it's like the stakes are so high. Because even in Angels in the Outfield, like, I was so worried about that pitcher at the very end, and I was like, I could not handle the
To me, it
stress.
helped that it was Tony Danza.
I
You know
know.
what I mean? I was like, he sucks.
Yeah, he'll be fine and still be
I know
shitty.
nothing about Tony Danza. So I don't know. He comes across that. He plays that character
Oh,
very well.
he comes up like a
And
giant
his name's Mel. You're like,
Mel
screw him.
gross. A man named Mel, like, come on, Melrose?
He brought it on himself. He chain smoked.
He did, as you and I are both smokers, yes, we
He brought it
yeah,
on
he
himself.
brought
What was he in that movie? 38?
yeah, right. Oh, man, but so is there anyone in Days that you related to since it was an ensemble cast? Anyone you saw yourself in?
Yes. Wholeheartedly related to the blonde dude in the overalls.
Yes. Oh,
My man was just there for fun.
he played
Like he's got his that was my senior quote
yeah.
was his um I want to look back and say I had as much fun as I could have while I was stuck in this place.
Oh my god, Drew, that's so good. And he was a big poker guy too. That was his whole thing was, like, playing
Oh, was he?
poker.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I
I
love
just love he's like 50-yard line
yeah.
joint commission.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't a main character by any
No.
means. He was just a side football player, but he was just there. He reminded me of me in high school. You
Oh.
know, I didn't have main character energy.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be on the committees or the groups or any. I didn't want any responsibility. I
Yeah.
just wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
And that to me is what He showed up when it was time to play football.
Yeah.
That's what I did when it was time to play baseball,
Mm.
and all other time was devoted to having fun.
That's really how it needs to be, because it's like, I feel like especially as you're a high school athlete, or a collegiate athlete, like, there's so much pressure on you to, like, be
Yeah,
focused.
playing football, and I'm assuming they're in Texas or
Yeah.
somewhere where football means something,
God, I
so
know. Well, it's funny that I talked to a girlfriend of mine because I posted on my Instagram that I had watched Dazed and Confused for this podcast, and she grew up in Eastern Texas where this movie is set, and she's like, "This is actually so accurate." She's like, "I love this movie."
yeah.
She's like, yeah, I'd say she's probably in her mid or early mid-30s. She's like, "Yeah, tradition, this is how it was." And I'm just like, "That's insane that that's how it was for you." And she's like, "Yeah, this is so normal." And I'm like, "That's crazy."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
as we're kind of winding down here a little bit, I see some correlations, some very obvious ones with both of these movies, but I'm curious, do you see any correlations with these movies in general, and like how they both maybe influenced you in your life, and also like just in general the movies, that the correlation between the two of them?
Well, I like to think that Dazed and Confused, even though it's set in the '70s, is Joseph Gordon-Levitt's kid character grown up. Like, he grows up to be Pink Floyd, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like, he's the manager's kid, he's the quarterback of the football team, you
yeah,
know what I mean? He's the most popular kid, all the girls love him, you
hmm,
know what I mean? Like, to me, it seems like it's kind of in the same universe
yeah,
almost, even though they're 2 decades apart.
yeah,
Um, but, it's just got an overlying theme of, surround yourself with good people, like, this it doesn't really matter what's going on. Like, I appreciated the overall theme of some of the kids in Dazed and Confused. It was like, "We're in high school, nothing matters."
yeah,
Like, I luckily realized that.
yeah,
So I feel like I enjoyed my high school years way more than the average person
yeah,
because I realized early on, like, none of this matters. Like,
yeah,
go ahead and stress yourself out over that test. We're all going to end up at some form of a college or something,
right,
like calm down,
yeah,
relax, take a deep breath. So I luckily was able to realize that early on. And I feel like a lot of the kids in Dazed and Confused, like Pink Floyd, like dude's the quarterback of a
yeah,
football team. And he's like, I don't even know if I want to play football or not.
dude,
Like, I love
yeah,
that mentality, like none of it matters, like I have a tattoo on my arm that literally says nothing means nothing.
yeah,
Like none of it matters. We're put on this earth to just flounder about, you
yeah,
know what I mean? So, like, whatever,
dude.
and I love that tone of it.
I do too, and on the heels of the rapture or on the forefront of the rapture happening tomorrow, that is a wonderful sentiment.
As someone else who grew up just as religious as I am,
Yeah.
you know damn well no one can predict the rapture, if it
No.
is, in fact, going to happen.
Dude, it was supposed to be 2012, I remember, because the Mayan
I remember that.
calendar, and
Yep.
then everyone thought, 2020, and
It
now
was
we're
2 different days in 2012. Remember the guy checked to change his name? He's like,
Oh
"Oh,
my
no, no,
god.
I meant next month."
I know. It's like when they changed the horoscope dates and everyone with, like, the Aries tattoos or whatever, like, "Oh, I guess I'm in Pisces now." It's like, "No! What the hell?"
Like, I was stupid, man.
It's so dumb. I mean, I definitely agree with you on those correlations. I think both the fact that both of those movies came out within a year of each other is also very telling to your style and your taste of, like, entertainment too, and, like,
90s all the way.
yeah, that's also a bygone era of entertainment. Like, you would think all the people that like us, our age, we grew up watching those movies. We're, like, in the studio rooms now. We're, like, making shows and TV shows and movies. Like, why aren't we doing that?
It's not showing.
It's
Yeah, like, I
not.
don't it's not it's like that the vibes of the '90s where entertainment worked for us, not against us. Like, we're in the
Yes.
age of fear-mongering.
Mhm.
We're in the age of, "Well, what problem does the protagonist have to overcome?" I'm like,
It did
"Why does
nothing.
he have to have a problem to overcome? Like, why can't it just be about some high school kids?"
Yeah.
Like, you know what? That their big party got canceled,
Yeah.
and they had to readjust. That's what obstacle they overcame.
Dude, and
'Cause
that
when you think about the plot of Dazed and Confused,
yeah.
it's garbage.
Oh, it's
Like,
so
it's
stupid.
literally a Friday night
Yeah.
in town,
Yeah.
but it's a great movie.
It's so good, and that's the thing too, where it's like the slice of life stuff that isn't like because I mean, they're slice of life movies, like those are like your A24 movies or whatever, but they move, and I love the artsy shit, but it is like they move so slow. There's not a lot going on where it's like, why can't it be a slice of life movie that is like edited quickly and there's shit going on and there's stuff, but it doesn't have to mean anything other than like these are kids being kids. Unless I mean, there's also an element that I think that kids don't get to experience that anymore, because they have iPads,
Very true,
you
like,
know?
that's not the lifestyle anymore, they're not, because my Friday night, even though I grew up in the '90s and 2000s, was very much so like that movie.
Yeah.
You know, you went out, you met up with friends, you cruised around, you found a party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the '70s, the social life from a teenager in the '70s to the '90s, not that big of a
I
difference.
agree.
But '90s to 2020,
Oh, so
we have
different.
nothing in common. We don't do any of the same activities that these kids like,
I
their
know.
Fridays and Saturday nights look wholeheartedly different.
For
Like, now they're
sure.
just playing, like, video games and talking trash to their friends, like, I don't
Yeah.
understand any of it.
Same. For me growing up, a lot of going to the roller rink and going bowling and just, like,
A lot of
a lot of
movies.
movies. That's where, I think I got a lot of my love for movies is like, oh, it's like, "Oh, well,
It
uh"
was an event. You
yeah,
gotta go to the movies on a Friday night,
yeah,
and I think that's why I don't watch movies anymore, is
yeah.
because it's not that significant. Like, you don't get up with your friends and go watch a movie,
Mhm.
you know?
For me, movies, and I've said this to a few friends where it's like, some people go to church and that's their like their ritual and everything. For me, I go to the theater and we'll watch movies because it's like if you're in a dark room, you're all focused on the same thing. You have your little treats or whatever. But even still, like I'm kind of a purist sometimes where I don't want treats or snacks. And I'm just like, I just want I'll have drinks or whatever, but I just want to focus on the movie. And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and that's kind of how I like I don't know, that's like a ritual for me, and I did that as a kid, like, in spite of being raised super conservative religious, like, there was still the local movie theaters where, like, I remember going and seeing, like, The Incredibles or Freaky Friday or, like, whatever, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, well, it's Friday night, and what are the kids gonna do? Like, we'll go take them to go see Toy Story 2 or something like that." You know what I mean? Like, and that just, like, and I just feel like people there's not that option. There's the option to stay home now. It's like they release
Now
movies.
you can just stream everything.
Yeah,
Now
they
you just watch it at the house.
like, they release movies on streaming and in the theater the same day, so no wonder no one's making any fucking money, What
I
I
don't
mean?
understand how I don't understand how theaters haven't collapsed, to be honest with you.
I wonder if there's some sort of look, I always think everything comes back to money laundering, and I don't think
I mean,
I mean,
you're probably not wrong.
that mattress companies, yogurt
Once you get
shops.
into business, you're like, "I don't understand how anyone makes any money, how anything stays afloat, how none of this."
There's so many little shops here in East Nashville that I go to, and I'm like, "How are y'all in business? Like, how are y'all
How
staying
have you
open?"
sold anything today? I've never seen
Literally,
you sell
it's like
anything.
a $30 pen, like, what do you mean? You know?
What? Who has the money for that?
Literally. Maybe because I live in East Nashville, that might be the case, but
I guess, man.
I also think the correlation the blatant one is Matthew McConaughey in both of these movies. He's on the up and
Yes.
up. I do think Dazed and Confused, and that came out the year after, Angels in the Outfield, the All Right, All Right, All Right. Like, he was just, like from what I've read, like, from magazines and, like, other stuff I've read and videos I've watched where it's like he was a breakout star of that movie. He was, like,
Mhm.
otherworldly, like, the catchphrase, who he was, all that stuff. It's like that charm that was, like, not super common in movies at that
You picked
time.
it up immediately,
Yeah, he
you
got it.
know?
He's a dude from Texas, he's a nice Southern boy, and he's out here living his life, and I
He played such a good character, you put away the fact he's being super creepy.
oh, huge creep, giant creep, pedophile for sure, absolutely.
You're
Because
like, "Oh, alright."
there was that
Like,
line in the movie where one of the kids was like, "Oh, when he graduated high school, we were 3." And it's like, "Oh, oh, gross." Yeah, I feel like even like
to be fair, that's only, like, 10 years ago,
yeah,
okay? Alright. He's,
right.
like, 28, who
Who
cares?
cares? It's fine. On and off the record. Oh,
They could drink at 14 back then, alright? Who
yeah.
cares?
The lead poisoning made them live shorter lives. So,
Yeah, right. They're all dying at 30, let the kid have some
let
fun,
them
you
enjoy
know?
themselves. It's kind of like the Regency area where they all got tuberculosis or whatever. Let them have
Yeah.
fun.
I try to put it out of my head, I try to think he's like, "Oh, he's, like, 19."
I know. Well, dude, right? Well, I got that initially. I'm like, "Oh, he must be, like, 18, 19 years old, like, he must be a year in the college," and, then when I heard that line, I'm like, "Oh, oh,
Ooh.
okay." But to be fair, like, that movie had so many movie stars, and I feel like it's hard to manufacture movie stars now, like, because like, Matthew McConaughey is still very famous, Ben Affleck's still very famous, Parker Posey is still very famous, you know what I mean? And, like, that movie and Angels in the Outfield both was a catalyst for these actors. I feel like that just we don't have that special sauce anymore?
We don't have that special sauce for making the entertainment or
No,
making movie stars.
I know, and it's like, I guess Margot Robbie is a huge movie star, like we mentioned her earlier. You got like, Chris Evans, whatever, Pedro Pascal, but even then, like they don't. they're not enough to carry like a franchise or like a movie. It's like the content, the IP. You know what I mean? I don't. Where do we go? Because like I'm sure if you saw Angels in the Outfield and you're like, oh, Danny Glover's a star, I'll go see that. I know people were like, yeah, I'll go see him in this. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where it's like, or
But now I'm afraid if it came out, people would be like, plot sucked.
yeah, yeah. They're like, oh, unrealistic with angels. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, you're like, okay, like, good, nice try, right wing.
Literally,
You know,
or they
like,
would be like, or dude, they'd be like, oh, it's too woke. A black guy adopts a
yeah,
white.
right, right, right.
Like, fuck,
Maybe we don't deserve entertainment anymore.
we
Maybe
don't.
that's the pure. I mean, maybe that's
Dude,
the pure root of all of it is we don't deserve '90s entertainment
no,
anymore.
we don't. It's a hellscape because no one batted a fucking eye that Danny Glover adopted these 2 boys, you know, I mean, a single dad, you know? And no
It's
one
never a problem till it's a problem.
literally, and it's just like, because even when I watched it, like, I'm sure people in theater were like, "Oh, that's nice," versus, like, now with my 2020 brain, I'm just like, "Oh, that would
Yeah.
be" you know that they would be all over fucking Fox News, you know what I mean?
My grandma used to say that all the time, and I never knew what she meant.
Mhm.
Like, never a problem till it's a problem, and now I get it.
Oh, yeah, and
It's never a problem until someone wants it to become a problem.
it's always like it's kinda in the same vein as, like, those warning signs where it's like, "Oh, someone had to do that to have a warning label on the back of a chair," you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, like, ah,
Well, how far we've fallen as a society.
right, we're cooked.
We are cooked, but
I'm glad I'm old and on my way out.
I'm glad that I'm, like, where I'm at in my life now too, you know? I'm okay with it.
Couldn't imagine being like 9 years old like I was when these movies came out.
No, because like, I just don't even know what we'd be watching those zombie movies, and I
'Cause I'll be just playing Fortnite.
yeah,
Like, that's all we'd be doing.
dude, but well, Drew, I have a few more rapid fire questions for you, and then
Alright.
we'll get you out of here. We'll get you I was trying to make a baseball reference, I know it's not it came up empty, but, it's okay. Um, rapid fire questions, so if you could recast, both movies with all Muppets, but keep one as a human being, who would you keep as the person in both movies?
Well, my guy, the guy with the overalls,
Oh my yes.
Hunt in Dazed and Confused,
Yeah,
like, he'd be around Muppets and be having the time of his
he'd be
life.
so
And
happy.
that's more for him than for the movie, you know,
Yeah.
he would be happy. And then I think you gotta keep Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Oh,
in,
yeah.
Angels, you know,
Yeah,
like, he made that movie.
he really did.
And it'd be kinda funny if his dad was a Muppet.
He's just like, "I can't do it anymore, son, I just gotta go." That would've been
Yeah, like,
funny.
we clearly understand why you can't take care of your human kid, you're a Muppet.
Yeah,
So, I get we get it.
it would be like Gonzo or
It would take
someone.
the it would take the sting off of it for sure,
A
you know?
little bit like, "Daddy, come back," and it's like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like walking out, like, you know, but, and then what is your favorite movie snack or favorite snack when you're watching anything? Drink and snack.
I love nachos, like the
Oh,
crappy
yeah.
round tortilla chips with the maybe it's cheese, maybe it's not. I
Yes.
love it.
I do too, man. I That's what I used to get at the roller rink as a kid. That was like I
Yeah.
my mom would give me like a $10 and it would be enough for to rent my skates and to get maybe a snack, a drink, and maybe play some arcade games. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I miss that. And yeah, but I'd always get the nachos with like the goopy
The
cheese.
nachos, the cheese, and then you can't beat a fountain
Oh
Coke,
my god, that was my
you
drink.
know?
Yeah, fountain Coke, maybe Sprite if I was
Every
like
now and then I'll get a Mountain Dew,
Mountain
you know?
Dew. Oh
Like,
yeah,
I just the white trash in me just
I feel it.
adores like, I could drink a Mountain Dew all the time, and I know I don't because I know how terrible it is for you.
Dude, I love Mountain Dew. I love a Fanta too.
Oh, so
I fuck
funny,
with a
a
Fanta.
Fanta, they have apple Fanta at CC's, and it
What?
is delicious.
Is it like apple
Yeah,
juice? Like sparkling apple juice?
it's like sparkling apple juice.
Holy shit. That sounds okay, well, I'm gonna have to
It's fantastic. Yeah,
you
CC's apple Fanta.
you always turn me on to the good food because you tell me about
Try to tell you, man.
Little Debbie's, the ice
I
cream
pay
from
attention to
Walmart.
things, yo.
You know what's
Yeah,
up. I've also tried some really good food on your shows, which speaking of Drew,
yeah.
where can people find you and what do you got going on?
DrewHarrisonComedy.com's got links to everything, but mainly I just live on the YouTubes. You know, Drew Harrison stand up on YouTube. I got a show that comes out every Monday called Oh Hey Guys, and it's just trying to revitalize the talk show, you know,
Yeah.
doing stupid segments like we eat random foods that you might be like, I wonder what that tasted like. I've been keeping an eye on it. We'll eat it and tell you about it. And talk like every week we talk about current events and sports. Like that's
Mhm.
not going to change. But every week we do different segments. Like me and Laura, review THC drinks.
I love
Because
it.
that's catching on right now. I interview comics, which next time we're around and I got a camera on me, I got to get a tale from the road.
Oh,
It's just fun road stories, or some of them have been straight weird, so it's been good. So
yeah.
Drew Davis had a weird one for us. It's up on my channel. Go check it out. Talking about 2 a.m. steaks. So just it's out there.
Yeah.
Just it's just I loved talk shows growing
Mhm.
up, and I thought that was like the epitome of making it. Is they gave you a talk show, and I finally got tired of waiting around, and I was like, I'm gonna make my own talk show.
Yeah.
So it's oh hey guys, it's right behind me.
Yeah.
Um, and I just have it's wholeheartedly what I wake up thinking about, what I go to
Oh.
sleep thinking about, and not in a bad way, not
Yeah.
where I'm like, I'm stressing out about it. Like, I love producing this TV show, a
Drew,
YouTube show, whatever you wanna call
that's beautiful. That's a passion project for
it.
sure.
No doubt. I've been waiting for someone to help me do it, but
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta roll with it?
Dude, that's me with this podcast. It's like, I mean, I had hoped that maybe someone would have been like, "Oh, Courtney, I wanna hear your opinions on movies." And I'm just like, "Well, I have a computer and I have a
Well, I'm gonna
microphone."
give you my opinions
I'm
anyway.
gonna tell you, I do wanna say also Drew has a fantastic other podcast called Hispanic Stand-Ups with our buddy Evan Burke, who's
Yes,
gonna be
if
a
you're a
guest.
wrestling fan.
And I hope I would love to come on your show to talk about, and we can cut this off at the
Well,
end.
we have a side, series called Everyone Loves Wrestling.
So
And so you don't have to be up on the current product or anything. It's literally us talking about your fandom.
I would love that because I wanna talk about Halloween Horror Nights and their wrestling haunted house.
Perfect.
'Cause
Yeah, that's perfect.
again, like I mentioned,
We'll get up with Evan, set up a time.
because like I told you, I love theme parks, all that stuff. But Drew, and also audience, I wanna say, Drew also put out a fantastic comedy special recently.
Oh, thank you,
You gotta
thank
go
you.
check it out. He absolutely hilarious.
Hometown
Hometown
hero.
hero. He sold out the fucking joint when he put it out there, when he filmed it, and it's on his
That
YouTube.
felt good.
And Drew, also as an anecdote, because audience, if you follow me, you know that all this on Spotify is gonna live under Spotify. He worked on my comedy special. It's gonna be coming out next
Yes, I
year.
did. I'm excited about it.
It's gonna be good. But Drew, thank you so.
Camera operator number 3.
You got some good shots. I when I got the edit back, I'm like, oh, Drew's camera looks real good. So
Dude, I love that camera.
me
The
too.
whole reason I shot my own special because I was like, I got some good cameras. I'm gonna go
You
for it.
gotta use them, dude. That's like with me with this
Yeah.
microphone where I'm like, why don't I just like do these things myself?
I got the stuff.
Yeah,
When you sit down and make the initial investment, it's not that bad. Just do it.
it's
Just do your
not,
thing.
you
I got
know.
a TV studio at my house now, and I love it.
It's so cool. And like, so anyone also who's listening who wants to hire Drew for podcasting stuff, he's available. He is the best of the best. He's edited, he worked on my special, he's editing our friend MK Gannon's special. Like, he is the guy to go to.
Well, thank you.
And he's very reasonably priced. And so there's also
And
that.
if you got a fun segment that just screams in your ear, old talk show, hit me up. Let's
Oh,
talk about it.
oh yeah. So like audience, Drew's a jack of all trades and master of all and a dear friend.
I just want to get paid to do this show. And what it
Dude,
all comes down to, you know what I mean? Like, I just
yeah,
want to wake up every day, do the oh hey guys show, and just pay my bills. That's all I
yeah.
want to do.
And then
I
you
don't
could
want to get rich. I don't want to get famous. I just want to do my thing.
audience, thank you so much for listening. This has been Drew Harrison. I'm Cortney Warner. I'll catch you next time. This has been Core Memory, a podcast about movies, and I'm your host, Cortney Warner. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Please feel free to like and subscribe on anywhere that you get your podcasts. Would absolutely love the support on there. If you enjoyed today's episode and any of our other episodes, also we are on Instagram at Core Memory Pod. Please feel free to give us a follow on there as well if you want any behind the scenes tidbits or any kind of fun visuals on there. And again, thank you for listening, and we hope that you'll listen again soon.